Assalamu alaikum. How are you doing?
Walaikum salam. Alhamdulillah, man.
Okay, so let's continue. It's our 10th lecture for Internet of Things, and today we are going to cover our fourth learning outcome, in which we will discuss the and evaluate the dependence of paid subscription for solutions. Like the paid subscriptions are some specific kind of features, or you can say that the packages that we get from for specific solutions that basically we use for the specific time period. Like we use the services for the specific time and then we pay them according to the services that we are getting. Secondly, we will evaluate the connectivity and network requirements for internet IoT devices. All the devices that are basically having a connection with internet are the IoT devices, and the network requirements are the ones that are needed to create that connection between the device and the internet. So we will cover them all. Let's start with the paid subscription for solutions. The explosion of interest in IoT devices has created a wealth of opportunities for companies selling IoT products. Why? Because there are lots of people who are more interested in IoT devices. As we are having multiple, like day to day, we are having newer IoT devices, and they are really helping us out in our daily activities or some official activities. Also, we are having very easier experience with them. So this has created lots of interest in IoT devices. With the rise in this opportunity, has came a need for flexible monetization options. When you have a good thing in market and you are using the services, then definitely you need to have proper flexibility for monetization options, from where you can monetize whatever the things are you are doing and how you are doing, like what is the performance rate and how well the things are performing. While a variety of business models can effectively capture IoT value, perhaps the most popular and effective is the subscription mode, where you can track everything with the help of specific model. This one, the paid subscription model, is a kind of model that we can use in IoT devices in order to get the monetization done, so that we can have the track of everything, how well everything or anything is performing for us and for our whole organization. So, in this subscription model, customers are charged on a recurring basis for a product or services. Whatever the product they are going to take, they are just going to pay regularly for that service. They choose how long and how often they want to receive each offer, and most subscriptions provide the options to renew or cancel at any time. So, this is the most common, and you can say that the convenient method for the people who are not going to a very long term project where they need to get the services again and again. If they want it for a limited time, so this is the best approach for them to use. They can simply get the subscription done, and whenever the need is finished, they can simply cancel the subscription. Think of a subscription as a contract between you and the customer. So this is how you can deal with each other. Whenever they want the services, you can give them, and whenever the need is overcome, then you can only skip and move to the other things that you want. So here we have some of the content plan that we need to discuss about the subscription model. We have mobile data plans that are basically the plans that we can get access to, like the subscription. We get the mobile plan subscriptions that give us the connectivity options, and we can connect with the devices with the help of our mobile phones. We will see the software with user interface, like the all the softwares that are having good user interface, we can have their subscriptions as well. Devices and other hardware rentals, there are multiple other devices that you can get as the subscription with the help of subscription model, because you can get the subscription of specific softwares. However, there are some hardware rentals as well, like people share their hardware devices for specific rent, and you pay them, and whenever you need the service of that hardware, you can use them and then you can return them. This is a way in which you can easily manage your resources. Like you don't need to spend a lot on the hardware, because we know there the hardware that are basically not used for organizations in a long run is not a convenient thing to buy. So if you are going to use them for a limited time period, you can simply get them rented from other people who are giving the services. So next is the percentage commission cost for EPOS or other transaction based processes. These are basically the next thing we will see the percentage commission cost that is basically used in subscription model. So let's see all of them one by one. First thing is mobile data plans that we can get with the subscription model. And what are these data plans? IoT devices generate, store, analyze, and transmit large amount of data. But managing this data can be costly. Definitely, whenever you are dealing with lots of devices that are having the connectivity and you need to store the data for a larger amount of audience, then definitely this become a very difficult thing for the people to manage. So definitely it will cost them a lot whenever they need to manage and store and definitely analyze larger amount of data. Then definitely they need to have proper stores, data stores that they will use to store their data, and then and for the sake of analysis they need to do lots of activities. So IoT sensor continuously collect data from their surrounding that is then transferred over a cellular network to the cloud where it is processed and stored. Now, for the cloud services, like to store the data to the cloud services, what they need to do actually? What is the need basically to store their data from cellular network to the cloud? Would you like to relate? Okay, so this is something that I'm going to create the link for. Basically, whenever you are going to store your data or transfer your data from a cellular network to the cloud, definitely you need to get the subscription for the cloud services. Like you need to have a cloud access so that you can deliver the data to the cloud and ultimately you can process and store your data there. The true values of many IoT devices lies in the data insights they provide to consumer and businesses. The data insights are something that is, you can say that the view of data that the customers or the businesses or the consumers who are going to put on the data can easily see, and they can get the insights what's actually going to be done with their data and how it is stored in the cloud. For IoT applications like the asset tracking, remote monitoring, and predictive maintenance, near real time data flow can be essential. However, OEMs and other IoT solution providers must bear the cost of connectivity for data transmission and other ongoing costs like the cloud infrastructure needed for data storage. So, first thing that is needed here is the cloud services. For that, they need to have a proper data plan with which they can get the access to the cloud and ultimately they can store their data on clouds and get the services. And ultimately, if they are using the cloud infrastructure, they need to bear the additional cost as well if they are going to get the additional services. Just like if they are simply using the cloud to store their data, then they will pay for that. And if they want to have the proper connectivity for data transmission, and there are some other activities that they want to perform on their data, so definitely they need to pay them for their services. So this is how mobile data plans can be created. Like it depends upon the needs of the consumer who is going to get the access, and ultimately they can get it done so that they can use the services with the help of proper plan that they have created. Then the software with user interface. User interface is the front end application view to which user interact in order to use the software. So this is the basically you can say that the most common view of the software application that we are using, because whenever you are using a software application, what you need to do is you need to have a proper interaction with the software, and the user interface is the one thing that will let you interact with the software. User can manipulate and control the software as well as hardware by means of user interface. Today, user interface is found at almost every place where digital technology exists. Because as the era is of ease, everyone wants to have the ease to work on the software application or any digital device, any IoT device. They want to have the ease of work if they are going to use them. So if they are not having the user interface, they cannot use the previous command line interface to use the IoT devices. So we cannot even think of it like that. So this is the one thing, like the user interface is the one thing that is the most important thing in the IoT devices, because without them, we cannot have a proper view of the solution that we are going to use. So today, user interface is found at almost everywhere where technology exists, right from computers, mobile phones, cars, music players, airplanes, and the ships, etc. Uh, you can say that every device, or even if it's hardware device, or if it is any service or activity that you are using, and it is having digital technology involved, then definitely it must have a user interface. And you can have the softwares with user interface that are based on subscription models as well. Whenever you are going to use a subscription model, as we have discussed, you are going to pay for the specific time, a range of time, and you need to first you will fit on a plan, like you will create a plan with the subscription provider, and then you will follow that plan to pay them for the software that you are going to use, and user interface is the one thing that you will get and you will work with it. Using a reliable software for a rental business drives productivity, efficiency, and even financial performance. How it is productive, as we know, whenever you are going to have a reliable software, it will help you do the activities that you are manually doing before. So, when you have everything digitalized, it will help you to increase the productivity. Efficiency will also be increased. Whenever the productivity is increased, efficiency will automatically be increased. And how it saves how it makes the performance financial performance better. Whenever you are going to get the rental software, you are not needed to buy your own software application, and if you are going to buy your own software application, definitely you need to invest more cost on it. So the rental software applications will help you to minimize the financial resources. The equipment financing industry promotes sustainability through refurbishment and reuse of assets, because you are going to use the services or the equipment that are already being used by other people. As shown in this report, there is a report which says that sustainability, when combined with digital technologies, can unlock value strategies for operational success and growth. When you have the sustainability with the digital technologies, like the digital technologies are all the devices that you are using, and when these technologies are sustainable, like they are being used with proper care and attention, and everything is on plane, and you are not going to spend a lot on it, and you are getting the services in less time, then everything will drive more success and growth to your operational activities. More so, a digitalization transformation can be beneficial for equipment rental companies that utilize the renting subscription model. Our reliable software will enhance the pricing, the system integration, customer engagement, and rental fulfillment. Whenever you will get a good software, then definitely all these features will be added to it. Like you will get the system integration. The system integration is something that will make the integration of your system, like in which you are going to use the software that you are going to rent out, basically will be have proper integration with your system. You will have customer engagement and the rental fulfillment, like everything will be clear. Accounting processes such as invoicing and payment, revenue recognition, asset schedules, amongst other, can also be enhanced and linked to other business systems when digitalized. When everything will be digitalized, the whole process will become better for you. Equipment rental businesses can benefit from adopting technology solutions that transform business processes and operations. We have device or other hardware rentals. Previously, we were talking about the software products that you can get the rental software applications. Now we are going to talk about the hardware rentals that you can get with the help of subscription model. The rental subscription model offers a working solution for businesses to have access to different equipment financing options. Like the subscription models are basically made as per the needs of the people. Like if you are going to buy a subscription model, like a hardware with the subscription model, the package will be created as per your requirements, like for how long you need that hardware, and how much how likely you are going to use it, what is the quality of the product, and all the other aspects that are related to it you will consider, and then your package will be created. Some financing companies using the rental software gives businesses the flexibility to pay for equipment rental subscriptions on a monthly or annual basis. So again, it depends upon your needs, like your package will be decided as per your own needs. There are also rental subscription services that offer discounts and perks that make it an attractive option to businesses, especially small and medium scale businesses with competing cash flow needs. Definitely, the larger organizations in which every activity is done at the bigger level, they need to have their own software applications because they cannot risk on the rentals as the rental organization. Although if they have made any contract, then they need to follow it, but it's more suitable for the large organizations to have their own software and hardware equipment so that they don't need to worry about any other thing. Like, definitely its cost is higher, but they can easily manage it, and if they can manage it, they can easily purchase it. But for the small and medium scale businesses which are already competing the cash flows, like they are not having big capital to work on their activities, so this is the best option for them to rent out the services like the hardware rentals or any other software application. Subscription tiers are sometimes offered by rental companies. Different pieces of equipment are grouped and offered as a rental package. So this is the package that is created. If you want more than one equipment, then you can create your own package, and as per your needs you will create the package with the person, and then you can create the tiers for the payment, and you will pay them as per the made tiers, and you need to follow the plan in order to get the unrestricted services. This way, businesses subscribe to rent any of the asset in a particular subscription tier. Usually, subscription rates and terms may vary across different subscription tiers. Okay, so reasons why businesses choose equipment rentals. There are multiple business reasons that the like why the businesses opt for equipment rentals rather than a long-term lease or even equipment purchase through cash payment or asset financing loan, as there are multiple other options. But why they choose to get the equipment rentals, let's see the reasons. First, we have the financial cost. Sometimes renting a piece of equipment may be a better financial option for businesses. The financial implication of purchasing a piece of equipment goes beyond the actual cost of purchase. So if they are going to get the things on loan, so definitely their cost will be higher. It also include other related costs such as the repair, maintenance, and insurance. As such, it is important to capture the total cost of owning equipment versus the renting or leasing. Then definitely there are different costs, and you need to see which one is more suitable to you. The financial impact of equipment rental is a key consideration. Like, you need to see the impacts on your business. Every business is different. The state or the especially the financial state of every business is different. If two businesses are doing the same kind of business, like if we are talking about the real estate business, if two people are doing the same business, not the financial or all the operational states of both businesses will be same. Definitely there will be some differences in them, so we need to see the financial impact before making any equipment rental, especially when it concerns the current financial situation of a business. So second thing is the operational need. An equipment financing decision needs to align with the business needs as well as any short and long term operational strategies. Equipment rental may be more suitable for a short term project or operational need. Additionally, businesses may be looking to fill in for out of service equipment and decide to rent until they get their equipment running again. So this is the another option. If their equipment, like just like the large organizations, if they have their own equipment and their equipment is not working as per any kind of bug, error, or any other hardware issue, or maybe there is some operational distraction in the devices, so what they can do is they can do the things get rent on rental for the time period in which they will repair their own product, and ultimately it will start working again. But for that time period they can easily get the things from the subscription models, and they can get the subscription for specific amount of time, and then they can use and cancel the subscription after they get their own products. The third reason is the asset management. Renting equipment is usually explored by businesses that do not want to take on the hassle of maintaining, repairing, and storing equipment. So this is also another kind of hustle for the businesses to maintain everything and do the repairing if there is anything that is going to be like stopped working in the near future. So they need to look after each and everything before it goes down. Especially heavy duty equipment needs special care. Equipment management requires substantial effort to ensure that there are no emergencies and that there are insurance plan in place to cover any equipment damage. This was the like the reasons why the organizations or businesses need the rental options or the subscription models. Now we are going to discuss the percentage commission cost. Our transaction process system is an information processing system for business transactions. This kind of system, that is the transaction process system, is basically used in businesses for the transaction involving the collection, modification, and retrieval of all transaction data. Characteristics of our TPS include the performance, reliability, and consistency. So, EPOS, the age of Internet of Information of data collection, has led to huge changes in the way commerce takes place. EPOS is the key part of that. New technology, new now increasingly sophisticated and accessible, allow small and large businesses. New technology, new now increasingly sophisticated and accessible, allow small and large businesses alike to benefit from greater flexibility, sales data, and security that EPOS provides. An investment in the right technology will help fuel your company's growth, but there are a lot of other factors to consider. So whenever in this age, whenever you are going to see the how often the thing is on the sale, like how often the things are going to be sell out, you need to first see the basically the point of sale, like the at which point the thing is at sale and how likely people enjoy this product and like how likely they are going to get it done with the rental or subscription based model. You see its point of sale, and then ultimately you can get the products. So, what are the things that you need to consider? Basically, the EPOS stands for Electronic Point of Sale System. Sometimes it is referred to as POS system. EPOS systems are modernized still that help manage and improve business operations in a wide range of areas from data collection, accountancy, product and inventory management to sales processing. So everything that is basically from top to bottom, all the business operations that are needed to run a business smoothly are covered in EPOS system. It basically helps you to manage the overall business activities in a greater way, and everything will be managed electronically. So, how we use the EPOS in businesses? It combines the basic functionality of a cash register with the greater potential of computer software and the growth and adaptability of web-based system. What this led to is a product businesses can rely on for everything they need to run the business, plan for the future, and keep record of trade. So again, it is covering the whole activity, like the whole business activities. If you are working on any physical business or any web based system, it will make you arrange the overall potential of your system so that you can get everything in front of you and you can track the business activities, the plans, and the record of trading, like how well the business is working. With such a strong foundation, businesses can then use an EPOS device to expand into different areas of commerce. For some businesses, this means connected to a website or an application that provides online ordering services or opening more branches, which can be integrated into one system for multiple stores. So it depends upon the needs of the business, how it likes to get the products and how well it is going to manage them. So this is all about the first one, like the subscription based model. If you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, we are going to continue to the connectivity network requirements.
No, ma'am, you can continue.
Okay. So let's evaluate the connectivity and network requirements for Internet of Thing devices. The Internet of Things open up myriad possibilities for businesses. It can seem like there are just as many options for connecting IoT devices and sensors, including the cellular connection or the connectivity, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, satellite, radio frequency identification, near field communication, low power wide area network, and Bluetooth. However, there are multiple other as well. Here's what you need to know about IoT connectivity, the most common options available, and how to choose the right one. As we know that there are multiple ways with which we can connect with IoT devices, and all of these things are given to us. We are going to discuss them one by one, like what are the things that we can use to get the connectivity with our IoT devices. So, what is IoT connectivity? It's a method of connection between the elements in an IoT system, which may include applications and perform platforms, routers, sensors, and other systems that need connectivity to talk to the cloud. So, if you want to get the connection or the connectivity of your devices with the cloud based system, you need to have a proper system which will include the proper like network that is created between the devices in order to exchange the data and get it stored and managed properly. The options for IoT connectivity are typically categorized based on the power consumption, range, and bandwidth requirements. It depends upon the devices, it depends upon the need, and it depends upon the use or the consumption of the services. Like if they need more, then the connectivity will be as per their needs. So we are going to see different alternative options, and we will see how people can choose which one is better for them and how they can choose the better one. So why is choosing the right IoT connectivity option crucial? So let's see why it is crucial. A lot is riding on IoT connectivity. Businesses that can successfully implement reliable IoT gain the ability to expand into new markets, develop new product offerings, and explore new business models. So definitely, the businesses who are going to use these services like the IoT devices will definitely be having more opportunities for more like they are going to have more opportunities, and these opportunities will let them explore more ideas or the business models and the offers that they can get to in their business to expand its market and also get more customers. Connectivity can help businesses grow new revenue while gaining differentiation and competitive advantage, giving them an edge over the other companies in their space. So this connectivity is really important for their growth and overall competition like they have with other companies that are working in the space. And definitely it is something that we can say that a unique point for the organization which is going to use it. For an IoT network to work properly, connectivity is crucial. Making the right choice for connectivity is a cornerstone of an effective IoT ecosystem. It makes the difference between a device that will cause customer frustration and a device that can quickly become an essential and integrated part of their life. So it depends upon the needs, it depends upon the device, it depends upon the causes why the customers get frustrated and how well this device is going to work for them and how mu- important is the integration in their lives. Power consumption, bandwidth, and range, not to mention cost of implementation and ongoing support. You will need to evaluate these trade-offs based on your specific needs. So these are the things that you must need to focus on. So let's see what you need to consider. First thing need to consider is wireless technologies for IoT. We have different wireless technologies that we can use for the IoT connectivity. The Internet of Things involve different kind of continuously evolving technology, allowing for many connectivity options for connecting devices manufacturers. And each of these options has a range of advantages and disadvantages that must be weighed together. So let's see the wireless technologies for IoT that we can use, as different technologies have different features. So the organization or the business who is going to adopt this connectivity need to check the features or the accessibility options that this particular wireless connectivity option is giving them so that they can have better experience. Let's start with the cellular one. One of the best known type of IoT wireless technology is cellular, particularly in the consumer mobile market. Cellular networks provide reliable broadband communication that support everything from streaming application to voice call. So the cellular connectivity will let IoT devices get connected to them and they can streamline the applications properly, and then even they can do the video calls with this connectivity as well. Since cellular is so well established, it offers very high bandwidth carrier often CAT M1 and NB-IoT cellular options designed to compete with novel low power WAN technologies. So we will see the low power WAN technologies in the coming slides, but it offers the higher bandwidth. So we can get the higher bandwidth with the cellular connectivity options. It works well in low power environment, especially with something like CAT M1 and for non-mobile applications where power is not a factor. Cellular is also an excellent choice. With the introduction of 5G's ultra low latency, wireless can effectively support the needs of things like time sensitive industrial automation, real time delivery for medical data, and public safety surveillance video. It will be exciting to watch this unfold. So, everything that you can say that is considered like the after the introduction of 5G, we are having different functionalities that the 5G is providing us, and we can get multiple you can say that the corner sensitive items and the features from the cellular connectivity, and we can have the better experience of this connectivity, and you can track the data in a better and an efficient way. Next one is the Bluetooth and BLE, which is the Bluetooth Low Energy. Another well-known wireless technology in consumer circle is Bluetooth. This wireless personal area network is a short-range communication. So it is not giving you the very higher bandwidth, like you are having a short-range communication technology with optimization for power consumption. So power consumption and the range is minimized in this technology, and it is positioned to support small scale consumer IoT applications that are basically in range and you can easily access them within the very shorter range, because you cannot exceed the range of the devices. If it will exceed, definitely the connection will be lost and we can not manage or arrange the data and store it well. Bluetooth and BLE are used for everything from fitness and medical wearables like the smart watches and the smart home devices like home security system where data is communicated to smartphone. So this is something that we can use and they work quite effectively with very short range communication. Next we have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi has played a critical role in providing high output data transfer in home and for enterprises. It's another well-known IoT wireless technology. It can be quite effective in the right situation, though it has significant limitations with scalability, coverage, and high power consumption. Due to newer enterprise security practices, IoT devices are discouraged from being added to the same primary Wi-Fi network as traditional employee computers or phones. So it depends upon the needs, it depends upon the choices. Due to newer enterprise security practices, IoT devices are discouraged from being added to the same primary Wi Fi network that the organization is already using. In the experience that they are sharing, this has led more OEMs to basically leverage the other technology like cellular or both mitigate the security concerns as well as speed up deployment efforts. Basically, the organization which is going to connect with it, or the organization that is actually manufacturing the products, which is going to the high energy requirements often make Wi-Fi a poor solution for large networks. Where we have battery operated sensors such as the smart buildings and industrial use, Wi-Fi is not the best option because it is giving the limited range where we have the best access to the connectivity and get the good connection. But if we move across the limit, then it's not a good approach. So for larger networks, it's not a good choice. Instead, it's more effective with devices like the smart home appliances, in which we have the appliances within the range of the home, or we have the good connection of the Wi-Fi signals in the whole house. The latest Wi-Fi technology, which is Wi-Fi 6, does offer improved bandwidth and speed, though it's still behind other available options and it carries security risk than other options don't. So definitely there are everything has some good and bad impacts. So we need to focus on everything, but Wi-Fi is the good solution for the limited range of areas where we have the short range of devices that need to be connected with. Then we have low power WAN, wide area network. It provides long range communication using small, inexpensive batteries. This family of technologies is ideal for supporting large scale IoT networks where a significant range is required. So, when you have large scale IoT network and you want to have significant range for that, so you can use the low power WAN. However, low power WANs can only send small blocks of data at a low rate. Low power WANs are ideally suited for use cases that don't require time sensitivity or high bandwidth, like a water meter, for example. They can be quite effective for asset tracking in a manufacturing facility, facility management, and environmental monitoring, like the uh, all the monitoring or the tracking that is basically real-time business activities, it can be done effectively. Keep in mind that standardization is important to ensure the network's security, interoperability, and reliability. Although newer low power WAN is gaining popularity, so this is how everything is working in. So this one is most appropriate for the large scale IoT networks where the specific range is required. So next we have LoRa wide area network. It's a powerful and emerging technology. It's similar to Bluetooth, but it offers a longer range for small data packets with low power consumption. It manages the communication frequencies, power, and data rate for all connected devices. So these sensors communicate to a cellular gateway to send data to the cloud. It does require a backhaul transport and partners like the Zipit can provide the Zipit is basically the service provider which is providing the necessary cellular support. So this is the one example that we can use. The use cases for this activity are similar to those for low power WAN where there are not high bandwidth requirement or time sensitivity for the transfer of data. So if you are working in an environment where you are not worried about the high bandwidth and you don't need the data to be transmitted in very sensitive area. But the LoRaWAN is differ in several ways, like it's a point-to-point wireless connection that doesn't have direct connection to the internet, whereas low power WAN is a direct to internet connection. So this is the one difference between both. It requires a gateway to packet forward the data to the final destination in the cloud, and that gateway is typically LoRa to cellular gateway. So you need to have in this approach, you need to have a proper cellular gateway that will convey the data packets to the internet. But in the low power WAN, we have direct connection to the internet. We can send data packets directly to the internet, and then it is transferred to the other person or the identity. Since the range is high for LoRaWAN, sensors can be widely deployed over a large area. These sensors are simple and designed for small data packets that transmit infrequently. So it's well suited for irrigation management, leak detection, logistics, transportation management, and asset or equipment tracking. So it is well suited technology for all these activities that are basically somehow critical or the crucial activities in organization. It can easily be tracked by this wireless connectivity as it continues to evolve. So definitely new features are keep on adding in this technology so we can get the better results from it. Then we have the radio frequency identification, RFID. These are the tags we have previously discussed them as well. It uses the radio frequency signals to track and monitor objects and assist efficiently and accurately. So, whenever which device or any activity or the product that is having these tags equipped with unique identification number, this tag is having a unique identification number which is attached to the overall their databases and all the other stuff. So that can be attached to or embedded in objects like credential badges and wearables for sporting events. Also, there are the parking tags that are manufactured with RFID IoT technology to hang in automobiles so we can easily track them where they are going, and the loyalty cards and the warehousing labels. It is basically the technology like that these tags are used to track the product easily where the product is and what is the amount or the frequency or the number of products in the warehouse so we can easily track and monitor the overall software. RFID tags exchange information wirelessly but do not connect to the internet directly. This technology requires a gateway as the previous technology, which was the LoRaWAN, it was also requiring the gateway to connect to the internet. It was not directly connected to the internet. So these tags also need a cellular connectivity to send data to our cloud platform. So if an organization is using this technology, they need to have a gateway that will connect them to the cloud where they are storing the data of their technology for what purposes they are using. This doesn't matter. It actually relates the connection, and whenever you are going to connect them with the cloud platform, then definitely do need to have a cellular connectivity between them. So supply chain management is one area where these tags play a vital role. It enables real-time tracking of products, reducing manual labor, and streamlining logistic operations. So, in the supply chain management, this is the most widely used technology nowadays because every organization which is dealing with the products and the number of products, then definitely they need to track. They track the amount of products, the quality of product, and every other thing. So it reduces the manual labor. Like they don't need to have people who will look after the items and check the number of products available and streamline the logistic operations in which they are sending the products to the logistics for the as per the orders and then making the track for the previous ones or making the proper arrangement for the leftover products. By placing RFID tags on goods, companies can effortlessly monitor inventory levels, like number of products left in the inventory, identify the bottlenecks, and optimize the flow of the supply chain. So this is how they can manage their supply chain effectively with RFID IoT technologies. RFID applications are also used in healthcare and they are used for the patient tracking, the medication management, and equipment monitoring. Hospitals can use RFID enabled wristbands to identify and locate patients, ensuring their safety and well being. Medications can be tagged with RFID label to automate inventory management so that they can check that the required medicine for the particular patient is available in the management. If it is not available, then they can arrange the medication for the specific patient. It can prevent errors and enhance the patient care. Next, we have edge connectivity and protocols. Edge and edge computing are the terms from the world of industry that refer to the processing and storage of data close to where it originates. Data is collected directly from the machine at the edge of the network instead of being processed centrally in remote data centers. So this approach has gained traction in recent years due to increasing demand for real-time data processing and low latency. So this one is you can say that the most widely used technology nowadays as connectivity is gaining the edge right now. Every other IoT technology is using this connectivity to connect to the other, like the remote data center, so that they can easily get the traction of the data with the positive activity. And how this connectivity works: edge computing moves data processing and application execution closer to the point of data collection. Instead of sending data to central data centers over the cloud, local processing and analysis of data occurs at the edge. It basically close to the data source such as IoT devices and sensor. You don't need to use the middle devices, just like we were talking about the gateways or the cellular connectivity to send the data to the cloud. You can directly or locally process or analyze the data that occurs at the edge. This enables the low latency as data does not need to be transmitted over longer distances or real-time responses to events. So processed information can then be routed as needed with middleware to central servers or other systems. So as it is not going very far away to be secured and processed on, everything is managed within the range. So you don't need to have a very like the larger access to the heavier connectivity options that can connect you to the cloud and the other services. You can easily track them. Processed information can then be routed as needed with middleware to the central servers or other system where more comprehensive analysis and storage can take place. So edge computing optimizes data processing and analysis for applications that require rapid response and efficient use of network resources. So where you want to have the proper First, you want the rapid response as you don't need to send the data packages that are very far from your location. So definitely it will give you the rapid response and you will have the efficiency of the network resources because you are having everything in time, like the real time responses are generated and you are not working for the data packets at a very larger distances. So everything is closer and having better results. Then there we have some of the protocols for edge computing, and the edge devices have various communication capabilities to exchange data with other devices, sensors, or the cloud. So the two common protocols that are often used in edge computing applications are MQTT, which is message queuing, telemetry transport, and the rest, representational state transfer. So let's see what these protocols are. It's the MQTT is a lightweight message-oriented protocol that is particularly suitable for communication between devices in IoT and edge environments. So it is based on the publish subscribe model, which was the subscription-based model we have already talked about. This one is directly related to the subscription model, where devices send messages to specific topics and other devices interested in those topics can receive the messages. This enables efficient and reliable real-time communication between edge devices and other systems. Because you are having the subscription-based model, you are directly communicating with the system. This is a resource efficient, which is beneficial for edge devices with limited resources. So you can have a better communication with the help of this protocol. Then we have the REST protocol. It is an architectural style for communication between systems using the HTTP protocol. It uses the standard HTTP method as the get, post, and put and delete to access and manipulate the resources. Basically, all these things are the tags are used for the connectivity, and you can easily get the connection done, and ultimately you can share the resources or the data packets. RESTful APIs are widely used and are often used in web applications and cloud-based systems. These devices can use REST to send and retrieve data from server or cloud services via HTTP requests. So first the HTTP requests are generated and then you can get the access to the data wherever you want to. It's very easy to implement and well understood, which facilitate its use in various environments. So these are the protocols of edge computing. Next, we have the wireless sensor network. It can be defined as a network of small embedded devices called the sensors, which communicate wirelessly following an ad hoc configuration. So, how wireless sensor networks work? It consists of spatially distributed sensors and one or more sync nodes, like distributed sensors that are distributed among multiple devices, and there could be one or multiple sync nodes that are basically connecting to it are also called the base stations with which the sensors are connecting. And the sensor monitors in real time the physical conditions such as the temperature, vibration, motion, and it produce the sensory data. So the sensor monitors are making the track of everything, like the whole environment. All it is tracking all the environmental factors. A sensor node could behave both as data originator and data router. A sensor, on the other hand, collect data from sensors. For example, in an event monitoring application, this is the example which will clear the sensor and the sync. Example, in the event monitoring application, sensors are required to send data to the sync when they detect the occurrence of event of interest. The sync may communicate with the end user via direct connection like the internet, satellite, or any type of wireless link that they have basically used. We have discussed multiple wireless connectivity options. They can choose anyone, but once the sensor will get the data, it will transfer this data to the sync, and the sync will be the one which will communicate the data to the data center where they are going to process the data, where they are going to store the data, and then ultimately they will do this whole process. This is how the wireless sensor networks work. Like the user will get connected to internet, it will results will be sent to the sync, and ultimately it will send to the target area where they want to send it. And the sensor nodes are here. There are multiple sensor nodes, and they can use which one is having the data, and ultimately they can travel this data to the sync node. Sync node will transfer the data to the internet like the cloud or the wireless connectivity option which they are using, and then it will be transferred to the user and they can get the connectivity results. Have the advantages of wireless sensor networks. There are multiple advantages over the traditional cable based monitoring systems. And let's see the advantages. These are handy, cost effective, and reliable. We have discussed them, how they are cost effective, how they are reliable and handy. Like they are very easy to use, and we are having easy access. You can choose the type as per your needs, and you are free to use. These are now used mostly for civilian applications such as the condition monitoring, healthcare, traffic control. All these applications are already using the wireless sensor network so that they can easily get the traction of everything. Wireless sensor nodes can be used to detect vehicle birth occupancy in parking garages, so they can get the occupied area or the range which is not having the space for parking, and they can easily let the people know how they need to manage their parking lots. Magnetometers can be used to detect vehicle presence in the hardware node. Microradar and magnetometer can also be used for vehicular tracking. So all these devices like the magnetometer and microradar, all of them are having sensors installed in them. They are connected to the internet with some wireless connectivity methods, and ultimately they are giving us the services, and people are using them as per their needs, as per their application requirements. So this is all about our today's lecture. If you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, there are two questions in front of your screen. You can answer one of your choice.
Yeah, ma'am. So, what is a sensor network, or what is the role of a sensors in IoT? Well, in IoT, Internet of the Things, the sensors are the main or the crucial part of the IoT networks because they collect the metadata from the environment of the application of that IoT. And once this data is collected, once these sensors collect the data, which is in a raw form, it is sent to the gateway devices. Um, the gateway devices collect this data or this metadata from all of these sensors and forward it to the main server in the cloud. Uh,
Okay, perfect. The whole process is clear almost. You have defined it very well. Do you have any questions for me?
no, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next class. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am. Jazakallah khair.